a smile on your face when you're moving from place
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. In this segment, we are chatting with Shawn Roberts, Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, and we're speaking about the pop-up experience. Because if you know Shawn any at all, recycling is at his heart, it's his passion, and he goes far and wide in the Tobago space, and in fact, beyond when you hear persons giving the kind of commendations to this initiative. So we're happy here this morning to welcome you on set, Shawn. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Julien. Good morning to Tobago, rest of the world. Share the life, share the life.
Indeed, indeed. So as we get the conversation started this morning, Shawn, we want to look at more specifically, just giving us a synopsis, how have things been progressing for the Recycling Waste and Logistics Limited?
Well, things have progressed pretty nicely. It means that we are growing from strength to strength in that as soon as the year turned over, we were able to ship out 20 tons of cardboard. And next week, we are prepared to do another one. So during the rest of May will be export month, right? And because we know as part of our TRRI pop-up experience, our team is ready for the road. So we will be all over Tobago. We're starting at our team Warsaid supermarket tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we'll be a guest at Shorting's Cafe in Lambo. For me, we'll be at Penny Savers in Keenan from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's the Friday before Mother's Day. And we'll be at the Castara Community Center on the 27th of May from 10 to 3 p.m. So we're going to be having a lot of engagement activities where we're going to be sharing a lot more about the recycling process. The public will know more about what happens to your recyclables when you put it in the 40 bins, when you put it on your curbside. So we are going to be having like some fun activities with games, giveaways and stuff. So that way you're going to experience a lot of different types of activities.
So the pop-up experience is going to be that combination of fun and so on, while informing persons about who is it open to?
Well, this is open to the general public, and I must thank the different sponsors like RT Warsaid Supermarket, Penny Saver Supermarket, Shorting's for extending their venue for us to start engaging with the public. So from now till the rest of right down till December, we'll be all over Tobago. So you all will be staying tuned on our media platforms for the different pop-up experience. On what we'll be focusing on is actually the launch of the reuse. We are working on starting to wean the people of Tobago away from the single-use plastic shopping bag.
Right.
So what you're going to see is the people have a chance to win reusable or TRRI branded reusable shopping bag. So that is something that we are going to be sharing with the public. Also, we're going to be, because we do vermicomposting with Sargasm seaweed, we are going to be sharing that with the public, where you all will be educated on how to use composting with your home garden.
So seeing the bags here on screen.
Oh yes, we was at a school, the Tobago International Academy, on Wednesday. So that was a student who been following recycling, the principal. So we actually was able to share the first 2 reusable shopping bags. So we want to be able to start getting the people of Tobago to start be environmentally conscious, because I mean, shopping bag now, very soon we're going to start accepting, we are going to do a call for all the single-use plastic shopping bags, because we just establishing an arrangement to have it processed in this country. So in order to be able to shift people from that, we have to recover those and start now introducing the use of the reusable shopping bags. So
very, very, very interesting, because as you mentioned that, I don't know, I'm sure you have many people in that circumstance.
yes,
Just like me, you have that plastic bag at home that has a million other plastic bags in it
yes,
when you're ready to pull out one and
yes,
to use and to use at some point. So
yes.
you're saying eventually you're going to have this scenario, because it always becomes too many bags for your actual use by the time turns over. So the bag tends to get filled and you're only really using what comes to the surface,
Yes.
but most of those remain there. So there's going to be an initiative that will allow persons to be able to contribute those.
Well,
Is that the thinking?
in fact, just on the spot as we have in the conversation, once the public is attending the pop-up event tomorrow, you all can come with your grocery bags and we'll start accepting them one time. So we'll start to kickstart the process one time. So once you come in, bring your shopping bags, we'll accept it, because we want to start weaning people out of the use of that single-use shopping bag. So once you come to Morset tomorrow, you walk with your pile of grocery bags, we'll accept it. And so that's how we're going to continue the process.
A step in the right direction. We're speaking about the pop-up experience,
Yes.
but I also want you to give us some updates. I know you spoke in relation to the Sargasm.
Yes.
And you know, many have had the challenge in terms of how are we transitioning this to be able to use it in some way, form, or fashion, even if we're not yet at the stage of mass production. Just give us some updates on that.
Well, we actually started the pilot project with including the Sargasm into our Vomi composting operations, and this is why I can be able to have a sample of the product. We actually have the public, different members of the public, actually testing the product with planting leafy crops and stuff. In fact, the Sargasm is here, and we have been tracking it since the beginning of this month of April. Yes. And we realize that when you look at Lambo Beach, it is saturated with Sargasm. And now we had to do an emergency plan in doing another Sargasm cleanup the week of June 5th, World Environment Day. So that in fact, we have an upcoming project that's going to kickstart soon, the biogas, biomethane production project. I'm pleased to announce that the bioreactors have been shipped yesterday. So it's on its way they are on their way to Tobago, and they will be commissioned at the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, where we're going to be doing biogas production. And one is going to be at the MIC Tobago campus, where you're going to be doing the R&D to be producing cooking gas. So one of the things that also coming as well, even the NGOs, it have a call is going to happen soon, where the UNDP Small Grants Program is going to do a call in collaboration with TRRI for local NGOs to get involved in different projects focusing on sargassum removal. So we have different categories we can advise on what we need to do, because we need to have a good harvesting program. We need to have a depot site to be able to dispose, process, and reuse. So those are the key elements of sargassum management we have to implement, because early detection is very key to managing sargassum. You can't wait until you start to smell and start to rot, then to do emergency response and end up damaging our beaches and our shorelines and stuff. So we have to always take things one step ahead. And because we are aiming to become zero waste by 2030, so is basically you have an assault on waste generated on the island.
All right. Question from one of our viewers. Will the reusable bags be of different sizes? And that was the ones that we just saw on screen, because they're asking about giving considerations to persons who may not be able to carry one large bag filled with heavy grocery items.
Sure.
What do you have at the moment, and where are you hoping for it to go?
Right. The ones that we have in stock at this time, which will be shared with the public, is the large ones, because those were actually designed and tested where even a 5-gallon bottle can fit in that without damaging. So the type of recycled plastics was used in producing those bags actually have enough strength to allow heavy groceries. The next set we're going to test the sizes that are a little smaller than that one. And so, because what we did first is based on reviews and data collected from different parts of Tobago, where they say that because a lot of people commute, they travel, they want the bags big enough so that they can be able to move enough groceries, so that instead of having a set of small bags where you have to be toting maybe 3 and 4 bags and stuff. So that is what we have given. We kickstarting that first, and then we're going to dong it a little bit so that we can cater for driving the motorists as well. So that is how we're going to take it from there.
Shawn, I've also had the opportunity to be working with you through Rotary in relation to your connection with NGOs and so supporting. To the extent, excellent presentation that would have been done in Grenada recently at Rotary conference that would have taken place. I want to ask you, in terms of that call and reminder to NGOs and groups as to how they can contribute to this recycling initiative, or even connect with you through the very same pop-up experience to lend the collective support here in Tobago.
Because right now we actually, the UNDP Small Grants Program, actually, in fact, that came to my desk last week, where right now we have an active call for local NGOs to participate in any innovative projects. You'll have to probably reach out to us direct, where we can share that information with you guys, because the first workshop, virtual workshop, was Wednesday of this week. It have another one coming up early next month. So that one, I wouldn't really like NGOs to really miss out on that, because actually the deadline for submitting your concept paper, I think, is at the end of May. So if you all have the opportunity where you all can be able to get that information now, where you can be able to receive some guidance and some directions in accessing, because it have a category for 5,000 US, it have another category for 10,000 US, and another category for 20,000 US. So that is concept development. The next one is innovation, and the third category is project implementation. So I'm suggesting that local, because we have been negotiating for the past couple of years in develop these kind of projects where funding from the UNDP can be specially allocated for Tobago NGOs. So let's take advantage of that.
Excellent. Thank you so much there, Shawn Roberts of the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, joining us here on set this morning. And remember, folks, it's the pop-up experience getting started there at Moorset. We're really encouraging you to head on out. And the good thing about Shawn, you can connect with him anywhere you see, whether you see him in work mode or not. He's always prepared to be able to provide the updates, to speak to you, to give you information, etc., as to how you can get involved in this very important initiative that continues to move us along and will certainly in the long run benefit and continue to benefit the island of Tobago, and by extension all others. I can tell you for a fact who want to get what we have happening here from the standpoint of the Tobago Resource Initiative. All right, certainly viewers, we say thank you so much again, Shawn, for joining us here on set. And coming up in our next segment, we have got Minister Shelley-Ann Batiste, Vice Chairman of the Jesus Rally Committee, Jesus Rally Tobago 2023. We look forward to hearing those highlights in the next segment. We thank each and every one of you, those viewers that are joining us via TV, those joining us via radio, and those of you online this morning. Andra, Augustus, Chester in the mix, Terry Trinidad, good morning to you. And to each and every one of you connecting with us online, we say thank you so much for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show, and to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.